Good afternoon. Good evening. Good morning, Facebook. And we are live. I'm just inviting David in. This is LVS17 with myself. And momentarily, you're on the show. Hello.
I'm on the show. And I'm on cue.
It's not a show, is it? What we're going to call it? The Smilecast. You're on the Smilecast.
It's a Smilecast.
All right.
And I'm using the mobile app.
Oh, brilliant. That's very clear. And the sound is good.
Headphones.
Headphones. Yeah. I mean, it's come on leaps and bounds since we were last year, hasn't it? The mobile app.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do a short recap of what you can do with the mobile app?
Well, we can. Are we live now, or?
Oh, we are live. Yes, we are definitely live. I'm just going to prove that by going to my Facebook page and then closing it down immediately afterwards to conserve energy. We are live. So that's that tab closed. Best not close the one we're on, because that wouldn't work well, would it? I closed the election one.
The election ones.
We've got an election on Thursday.
Okay.
Another one. I'd rather talk about Smiletime. Be honest.
I'd rather talk about the British election.
All right. Okay. In that case, David, thank you. That's the inner altered. Right.
I think we should do Blabbing for Britain now, and then you blokes over there on Blabbing for Britain and do this thing on Thursday. That'll mess everyone up.
Well, what we could do a show on Fridays, which is everybody. That's you, me, Tina, Stephen, John, Peter, Aaron, Angelica. No, we're not.
I don't know if I could help you responsible for yet another show that you're on. Another broadcast. That you may have a. Well, your wife is a very forgiving individual.
She is, yes, but she's also on one of the shows, so. You know, I produce and host the show.
That's the only way she could get. That's the only way she could get any kind of time with her husband is that she had to come on live.
Well, no, I won't. You've got me there. I'm not going to respond to that. In other words, the hole's big enough. I'm not going to dig any more. I think that's
there you
probably.
Go. Why am I? I'm posting as LVS17. I don't want to do that. How did I change how I post? Oh well.
So good morning, LVS17. To those of you who don't know what LVS17 is, David, John, Upton, and I have a group, Facebook, which is there to help everybody go live, and it's called LVS17. If you search that hashtag, you'll find us. You're more than welcome to join the group. Since we started the group, over 300 people have joined us. And we couldn't say that last week because it was over 200 last week. It's now over 300, which is absolutely brilliant.
We are growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
And growing.
And indeed, and our members are doing broadcast after broadcast. I mean, I don't do all of them. I just do a small percentage of them. Just seems...
well... 20% of the shows are Stephen. The other 80% are us. The rest of us doing various different things. The only productive shows are Stephen and everyone else. I do nothing productive. So, Paul S. is saying hello from northern Wisconsin. Hello, Paul, and hello, Tina. Thanks a lot for joining in. So, Stephen wants me to talk about the mobile app. So, if it looks a little weird with me actually having something dangling from my ears and it's not jewelry, it's because I'm using the Smiletime mobile app. So, 1, we are live using Smiletime. 2, I am live using the Smiletime mobile app. I joined, so Stephen started the broadcast. He invited me on. I was able to join the broadcast. I can also start my own Smilecast from the mobile app if I want to. As a guest or as since this is not something I'm hosting, I can see the comments. I can contribute to the comments if I want. I can upvote and do things like that right there. I can also see what is in the, I think, chat spotlight is what this area is. I'm not sure if that's chat spotlight or not.
Yeah, it is. That one.
Yeah. And then we've got another LVS17 saying good morning. And we all know who that is.
Yes. It's saying good morning, though. And it's actually afternoon in the UK. This is confusing.
Well, then, yeah, we might not know who it is.
Or
it could be it could be that Mr. Upton is just confused himself. You never know. Anyway, so
that really helps. Yeah.
Yeah. If I were live, if I were the one that was actually going live hosting this, then I would have some other functionality, such as being able to drop GIF images in. I can also upload my own images to be stored on the palette and share those. As you can see, so we're side by side, and picture quality should look pretty good. Looks good on the computer. Doesn't look as good on the iPad, but that just may be the iPad. Maybe I'm using too much bandwidth. No. And I'm going to share this to a group that is not included in one of Stephen's many sharing apps that he's got.
I best explain. I use LiveLeap, which means that as soon as this show goes live, it goes from the LVS17 page on Facebook to my page to the LVS17 group and a couple of other pages as well. Only the one group, though. You can only watch this live in the LVS17 group. Which reminds me, if you are in the group and you are doing shows, please post them in there. We'd love to be able to watch them. And the purpose of today is just to answer your questions about live streaming and in particular about Smiletime on the iPhone. Because you can actually start a show from your iPhone, can you not?
I can. I can actually start do the whole thing from the mobile app. I can even do it. I don't have to be on Wi-Fi. I can do it if I've got a pretty decent LTE connection, which, I mean, that's kind of true with all of them. If you're sitting at 1 or 2 bars, it's probably not the best connection to try and do some live streaming, whether it be Periscope or Smiletime or Facebook or whatever. So 3 bars more. But, yeah, I can start it. I can invite people on. I can exit people off the stage. I can do everything that you can do. Actually, I probably have a little bit more functionality on the mobile app than you do on the desktop. There's just some functionality like if I were to post up, good morning, Terry. Thanks for joining. Happy Monday to you, Eileen. Thanks for joining in. Share this out, guys. What was I talking about? So one of the things is that one of the brilliant things about Smiletime that they do help out with is sometimes when you go live and it's just you, and especially in the beginning, if you're not used to going live or you're just trying to figure out how to work out all the bugs and everything, then you can look in the palette and find the top 10 trending Twitter topics and post those up in the chat spotlight. And when you do, from the mobile app, then you can go over to the image portion of the palette. And a lot of times there will be some images that you can also put up so you can have other images on the screen. All that's not able to be demonstrated right now because, again, I'm not hosting. But just as Steven's demonstrating, Qatar is up there. So if I were hosting, there might be some images out there with Qatar. And I could put this up if I wanted to. Steven seems to be trying to have fun doing it right now.
Well, I was just trying to illustrate what you were saying, because it is a lot easier from the mobile, I would presume, than it is from here. Because yeah, it's more integrated.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the mobile app, and like I say, you should give it a try. It's free to download from iOS. No Android app yet. Sorry, they're going to work on it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the.
They need a good coder. Maybe they can hire Steven.
I'm too busy doing shows, David.
He's too busy doing shows. He's too busy doing shows and visiting Australia, apparently, with the boomerang on the wall.
That's a genuine boomerang.
It's a genuine boomerang. He killed a kangaroo with that boomerang.
I've actually thrown it, but not in anger.
Not in anger.
Australia. Okay.
Did it come back?
Well, obviously, it's on the wall.
That's not that obvious. I've thrown boomerangs before, and they didn't come back. I had to go pick them up. Okay. I can still put them up on the wall.
Oh, dear. To our Australian friends, we apologise. And it's just a great place to go, is Australia. Right, so we're talking tech, and we've talked about Smiletime. And Smiletime is... Corinda had some fun this morning, but I'm not sure what was going on. He and Donald Brandt were on here. And when Donald was on the screen, it seemed okay. So we'll go with when Donald was on screen. Anything happening in the tech world that we should know of? We didn't get a chance to check out stage 10, did we? I said, we were going to. I never got there.
No, haven't checked out stage 10 yet. So that'll be...
No.
And you got a question.
Right, okay, that's the question. And we've got a question. Is there any chance of posting directly to groups with Smiletime? This has got to be a conscious decision. We know that other systems go live to Facebook groups. We don't know what the wish list or the roadmap is for Smiletime at the moment. I would say from a technical point of view, that there's no problem with it, but it depends how Smiletime is going to develop in terms of its audience. We know that the Smiletime will stay free for everybody who creates a show, so that's one good thing. But I mean, going into groups is a very powerful feature, isn't it?
It is a powerful feature, and I'm not sure why that is not something that is already available. Aside from the fact that a lot of groups, it ends up being more of a business marketing aspect, and that may not be fitting into the model that Smiletime really has in place. That being said, there's a lot of Facebook groups out there that have nothing to do with business or marketing, or they say they have something to do with business and marketing, and they really don't.
No.
So I'm not sure, but that's a good question. What I could suggest to anybody is just send an email off to creators@smiletime.com, and they will be happy to respond to you and let you know what's going on. I know that for the past few months, they were extremely focused, I guess is a good term, with getting the mobile app out and available to everybody in the App Store and getting it out of the beta phase. So now that that is complete, I'm not sure what task they are working on now. But again, just send an email off to creators@smiletime.com, and I'm sure they will be able to let you know. It may also be part of a, a lot of times feature requests, the more people that request a particular type of feature, it happens.
Yep.
Screen sharing is not going to happen ever. That's not part of their model. So you can ask all you want, but they say it's never going to happen. But never hurts to ask. Never hurts to ask.
True. I typed that in pretty quick, didn't I? No screen share on Smiletime. That's something that's been in our captions list for the last 6 months.
I think that was in the caption list for a while there. I think you were cheating just a little bit.
And to anybody who wonders how we're doing this, David and I are live on Smiletime. Right, now the other thing that happened yesterday, which is pretty recent news, is the release of Facebook Audio, which is no competition to Smiletime or anybody else. They're in the field all of their own. and they've really started to release the audio app.
I saw your broadcast of that. We got another question in there. It's from
all
Mr.
right, okay.
It's from Mr. Upton again, who apparently can't figure out how to post as himself.
Okay, we'll take the question.
Tackle that first.
We'll take the question first and then come back to the audio. Are you keeping count of the number of times I vanish?
That was 2.
Thank you. Right. So do either of us have Snapchat spectacles yet?
No. And don't ever plan. If they gave them to me, then that would be the only way if somebody gave me Snapchat spectacles. And then I would probably only use them once. Just to see what it was like. And then that would be it. I honestly, my Snapchat has been very vacant of me. So, no, I don't have them. I don't see the big thing about them.
And I've got to say that I'm not a Snapchat user.
Greg's saying that your audio voices are quiet. I have my volume at full volume and hard to hear iPhone. It won't let me as...
Okay, I can... well, your volume from where I am is...
All right. So, Greg D., I would say you need to refresh since you were in Smiletime. Of course, I'm looking at the Facebook feed itself, but I hear Stephen perfectly, and Facebook is hearing us as well. So it may just be on your side. You might want to refresh the browser.
And hello to Corinda. And just a note to John.
Corinda.
On the post, underneath the header, on the right-hand side is a drop-down, which will currently show you posting as LVS17. If you click that drop-down, you should see John Upton. Okay, so hello Corinda, hello Jacqueline. Right, Facebook audio was released yesterday. Now, the difference between Facebook audio and Facebook video is that on Facebook audio, there's no video. This is just an MP. It's basically a podcast on Facebook. And you can do it from your mobile. And technically, what happens is this. You press the Go Live button, as you normally do. But instead of just the video icon, you've now got a microphone next to that. You click the microphone, and you start talking. And you can see the chat as in the same way as you can on Facebook Live. You can respond to the chat. You can do everything that you can do on the normal Facebook video live. So Facebook audio live. I'm still working out a use for it. I mean, I did use it the once to say that I've actually got it, which is probably, But in terms of if you were starting a what are your thoughts, David?
I would say that it's actually probably a pretty neat feature. I haven't tested it yet. So this is using the mobile app. Is that what you're saying? It's not on the desktop?
It's not on the desktop. No, it's just on. I got it on mobile and on my.
So I could see me doing that. You know what? I could see me doing that more often maybe than video sometimes. Especially if I want to come on and I just want to sit there and talk about something, and maybe if I can see comments, then I can reply and all that type of stuff. But I'm not focused with the fact of what do I look like on camera, and because sometimes I'm looking off, or sometimes I'm doing, not something and not looking at the camera. So, I can still talk and all that type of stuff. I think it's pretty neat, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, it is. And Tina's got a suggestion, which I heartily agree with. It'd be brilliant if you could just bring one guest in, and then you'd have a talk show. But even as it stands, I mean, the big thing is that you don't have to be camera ready. You've just got to make sure your voice is working.
And so for those people who are afraid of being on camera or prefer not being on camera, maybe not afraid, maybe you prefer that, then it could be a very, very good option for you. One of my big suggestions would be if you're going to do audio only, at least on the replay, instead of staring at Steven's lovely profile avatar, maybe just have like a sound wave or something like that. Something kind of engaging, entertaining.
Okay,
Maybe it doesn't need to be a full-size post.
well,
Stop taking up so much room on my newsfeed.
as
And by the way, we've got Jeff Adams, a BeLiver, actually watching Stephen and I not using BeLive. Hi, Jeff. This is what it looks like when a mobile app works, just to let you know. So you can, tweet this out to the BeLive team and say, hey, guess what? This works.
And you can start a show from it as well, can't you, David?
You can, and you can join and blah, 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 blah. You'll have to catch the beginning where I bored everybody to death with that. So.
Yeah, watch the replay.
I see the audio is useful for quick announcements. Yeah. You could do that with the video too. So, again, the big thing I see out of it is that you can do everything that you do on the video. It's just you don't have to worry about being on camera.
That's right.
But it's going to make audio extremely important, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
Be in a noisy environment. Don't be trying to do something without headphones in or a quality microphone or something like that. So
that's right. I mean, I did it last night just from the phone, no headset, no nothing, and it was passable with what Facebook told me was a weak signal. So I mean, it's to do it properly, you need a microphone, and if you're looking for the right microphone, then you could check out David's timeline because he did a review of them all most recently, didn't you? The ones which are most suitable.
I did, and I've got to do it again, but I'm just going to do a recorded version because. Okay. And here would be my only other gripe. Facebook is, and I haven't tested it, so I'll have to test it out. Have stereo channel audio. 2 channels. That's all you got to do. So it would be preferential if it's not a single channel audio track. Because if it's single channel audio, then it's hell on a lot of fixing and fluffing and stuff of that nature. Anyway, that would be my thing. Don't talk in a monotone voice. Don't talk in a monotone voice. Okay, Tina, I will not talk in a monotone voice. Now I will talk always on a monotone voice. And, of course, somebody's got to throw in somebody that I really don't care about. Currently, I believe it is still Android only, but I saw Joel Comm finally get his.
No, got his. There's a slight difference there. Which may have been... Well, okay. Tina has Facebook audio. I'm fortunate to have it as well. And Corinda's just confirming that it was reasonably clear, and Tish said the same. So that's just... But you could obviously improve it. So it's something to work on, but it is there.
So you open up Live, and you're supposed to have an option for just the microphone? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it. You've got the camera and the microphone should be next to it. Or if it's there, it will be next to it at the top of the screen.
Okay. Well, I don't have it in this version of the Facebook app on iOS. Let's go update. Meanwhile... What's up, Leland? Thanks a lot for hopping in, being here. By the way, you can catch... no, you can't, because you guys aren't doing it right now. You're taking like a summer hiatus, aren't you?
We've got to run a summer break. Yeah.
One of the mini shows is on a summer break.
I'm going to cut back on the shows for the next 4 weeks. I've got a little project on the go. Right, and just some information from Corinda about the way Smiletime working now. When we end the show, you can't click on X anymore. You have to drag people off. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just says, oh, I don't know. We'll test that. And Leland saying,
but not right now.
No, I'm not. No, Leland has it. I'm not going to test it right now. No.
Corinda's also saying, why Facebook behind and Facebook Live is fast? I think Corinda was saying, why is Smiletime behind and Facebook Live is fast? Are you referring to the feed? That's because of we've talked about this several times. So the API to Facebook is going to be less of a delay from the live and less of a delay than what you see in Smiletime, because with the API, all you were getting is the video section. You were not getting the chat spotlight, or anything else. Also on Smiletime, because it's WebRTC and because Stephen and I are on video, you're getting 2 video streams. All that's got to be stitched together. So that is why that is there. That's going to be true of any other system that uses that allows you to be live to their system, as well as hook into somebody else via API to show the video out. So that's a quick summary of that. What else do we got?
Eileen. Is the audio
Leland's saying, are you sure it isn't? It's being recorded and captured in MP4. It can be recorded in MP4 all it wants to, but if it's only single channel audio, like all the videos are, then it doesn't matter. Thanks, Leland. Steven on Smiletime. Oh, he said that. Mine crashed. I had to update my app. Is the audio only on profiles, Steven?
I've only checked my profile. I haven't checked the business pages. I'll do that and report back to you. I might even do a short Facebook audio to do that.
I think you should do that.
That's an ideal situation for it, not to have to set the camera up and just go and report.
And I think it would be important to note, because I was talking about this earlier when I was sitting there jibber-jabbering on my page, talking about iOS and Android and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of times things come out first for iOS. And this would be something that evidently is coming out first for Android.
Okay, good.
So good on them. Facebook doesn't want you guys to feel left out. They do want to be tough on terrorists.
Right. Well, that's an argument that's going on in the UK at the moment. Our current Prime Minister is saying that Facebook, Google, et al. Should be capable of making sure that terrorists can't communicate using the Facebook and Google apps, WhatsApp and all that. And Tina's just confirming it's on pages and groups. So thank you, Tina. And I've read it as you type 1.
Thank you, Tina. Did you confirm that through your Windows computer on your Android phone?
It's a Windows world, apart from those on Mac.
She has a Mac. She loves her Mac. She does business on the Mac. The Windows,
the important stuff. Yeah, we know.
The important stuff is done on the Mac.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we've covered Smiletime, Facebook audio,
so FaceTime audio, we're all going to test that out and see if it's iOS or if anybody has it on iOS. Eileen's got to leave. Thanks a lot for hopping in, Eileen. We appreciate it.
I'll catch you later.
Hugs and kisses. What RPM? Oh, you mean the Prime Minister? Yeah, we're not talking politics anymore. Because
no, we're not.
Stephen gets huffy when I talk politics. Or at least British politics. He gets upset when I talk British politics. He wants to leave that to one show and not this one. So
here's a second in. There are some interesting elections going on this week, says Donna. To answer your question, Donna, this is our third set of elections in 3 years. We're a bit election weary at the moment. This election was not needed. It was taken so our Prime Minister could have a bigger majority and a bigger say as we leave the EU. I think when the result is known on Friday, she's in for a surprise. But that's just me. So that's our politics in 60 seconds. Done. All right, back to where we are now. Yeah. And
I have no comment on that. None whatsoever. So Stephen was asking about tech. Well, today is Apple WWDC Day.
Oh, right. Yeah. What do we expect?
That begins at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and dinner time in the UK. So, wherever you're at, that's what it does. What can we expect? Well, this is the developers conference done by Apple. There will be a keynote. That's what starts at 1 o'clock is the keynote. It lasts for a few days, but so everybody's always interested in the keynote. And in this keynote, they will probably more than likely introduce The next iteration of Mac software, the Mac operating system, they will probably introduce the next iteration of iOS, tvOS, watchOS, and I think that's probably it. It is rumored that there will be some hardware talk at this WWDC about a new iPad Pro, a new size. It's supposedly supposed to be around the 10-inch mark. Not sure if they're getting rid of one of the other models or if they're going to introduce a third size. Also, some MacBook Pro refresh should be happening. Let's hope it's more impressive than the slack-ass touch bar refresh that happened last year. The touchpad on the MacBook Pro is really awesome, but the touch bar was just stupid. Even with the little fingerprint sensor on it. Not too sure how much talk there will be on the rumored iPhone 8 or the iPhone 7s, 7s Plus. We will see. Siri speaker is also supposedly rumored to be talked about. Who knows what they actually come up with? Usually lasts anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. You can either watch it live or the replay will be certainly available afterwards. The Apple Store is down right now and will remain down until at least the live keynote event is done, and they always take it offline when there's a hardware refresh happening. The App Store, in supposed preparation for iOS 11, which would be the next iPhone, iPad, 32-bit apps have begun to disappear from the App Store. And that is because all the developers have been given long enough warning for the past 2 years to upgrade your stuff or get it off of the store. They will no longer support 32-bit apps. Plus, everything's moving over to Swift anyway. I don't know. I think that's it.
Right.
Kind of a broad overview. And, they're going to mention lots of numbers and beef up their chest and tout this and tout that and poke fun at Android and whatever else. Let's just see if it's actually innovative. It's been a long time since Apple's been innovative. Yeah. I would be impressed if they would also talk about or introduce a new Mac Pro, which is the desktop version. The tube, while it was cute, and hardware-wise, how it functions, it is very innovative. But it's just not very... it's not a useful size to have a round cylinder as your server. It was very interesting seeing some people come up with ways to have those in data centers and stuff. So I'd be impressed if they would talk about or introduce something of that nature. I doubt it'll happen, but it could. And if they do introduce an iPad Pro, there's quite a few areas that iPad Pro could actually become more pro. And the biggest way is if you're going to have a Pro, then introduce multi-user logon. Mm-hmm. It can't be that hard to do. Android does it now. Yeah. You can do it on your Mac OS. So introduce that. But that's going to take up more space because of personalizing per user login and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So anyway, that's WWDC in a nutshell. That's really probably the most interesting thing that's going to be talked about this week. Maybe.
Well, yeah, there was let's go back 3 or 4 years. The Apple show or the Apple announcements were one of the events of the year, weren't they? And people flocked to go there and flocked on video to watch it on Facebook. And then Samsung.
And that's the thing is that they still have those. I wish that they would bring the Apple iPhone introduction back to June. Waiting till the September, October. I always thought that was stupid, but they didn't come ask me for my opinion. But yeah, I mean, so this isn't the only Apple event that's going to happen this year. We are going to have an iPhone event guaranteed in September. Mm-hmm. We're probably going to have one more event sometime this year, and it'll be some other type of hardware introduction, probably maybe Mac desktops or something like that. So But you can count on the fact that there will be an iPhone event. And that may be where we learn about the iPhone 8. They may not talk about it at all right now. So, but I was talking the fact that it's rumored. Again, it's a lot of rumors. That it's going to be $1,000 plus iPhone. And, I asked, would you spend $1,000 on a phone? Literally, you could go buy yourself a MacBook Air. You could go get a used MacBook Pro. You could go spend that money on a lot of different things. $1,000 for a phone. Now, that being said, if you get the highest spec'd out Plus model of the iPhone now, you're almost at $900 or probably a little more than $900. So is it really that far of a stretch from the highest spec'd out one? No. But that's a lot for a freaking phone. And so my thing was, if they talk about the iPhone 8, and they were to ask for that price tag, it would have to be a complete radical design change and everything about it, for me to be interested in it. But anyway, and yes, Terry, Siri speaker. I talked about that. Is Apple late to the game? No, but honestly, I'm not very impressed with how Siri is not integrated very well versus Google or Alexa. Who knows?
Indeed. Right, if there's anybody in the room who would like to join us on there, just say yes. I shall invite you in. And
I don't have to talk the whole time.
I wasn't winding me up again.
No. I'm just saying. We don't have to talk the whole time.
Oh, no. True. If anyone wants to join in, then please do. You're more than welcome to do so. Yeah.
Claire said, wow, what will the live world do without you, Stephen? I'm not sure what that was in reference to.
Where's that? I missed that bit.
That was Claire Evans, and she was commenting on the post, the shared post,
right.
not the actual.
Okay. Right. Okay, got it. That's one thing that would be nice, though, is if you could actually see the comments on the shared posts as well.
Yes.
Now, the rationale behind doing that is that you can then feature them and respond to them almost instantly.
Yes.
And it can't be too complex because you know where a post has been shared, so you're just checking. But it's up to Facebook really as to what they decide to do.
I don't think they're going to change it.
Right.
But that's just me. That's just me. And oh look, we've got a new member request to LVS17. That's a good segue.
It
Bob
is.
Cartwright
I mean, that's...
and Paul Swanson both want to be in, so I'll approve you both while we're playing around.
Yeah.
But if you would like, Stephen, you want to pop that up? There you go. Join our LVS17 group on Facebook. All you have to do is search for LVS17. What will it be in 2018? LVS17 plus one.
Or we might even go as far as changing it to LVS18.
No, I don't think that would work.
No.
I think LVS17 plus one. I think
plus one. Okay.
That's what John decreed that earlier when I asked.
All right.
So
okay.
That was it. And you can also find our Facebook fan page and go like that page as well.
Yeah.
And then you can go find Steven's page
and
go like him.
David's page. And go and like David's page.
And you can find my page and you can like my page, but you probably won't like it much after that. So. Why?
Dear. So,
Ryan Brown reacted to something.
Right.
Thanks for reacting. Oh, look, John Upton is now watching. He has decided to join us regular. Thanks, John.
All right. Is here, is he?
He figured out how to do it.
All right. Okay. That's good. Let's
see. What other kind of news is there? ECam, which is a Mac-only software, sorry, Windows, had an update push out the other day, I think today. I just updated today. I don't know when it actually was. they've improved their screen sharing to actually focus on a single app. They've improved. There were a couple of things that they improved on. So it's only $29.95, if I'm not mistaken. It's a neat little software. Runs on your Mac. Allows you to go live to Facebook. Oh, I know. They allow you now to schedule a broadcast from Ecamm. So they didn't allow that before. Now they do.
Right.
Anyway. John said he had to leave Facebook and re-enter.
Well, that's, yeah. Okay.
Tina says, I assume we haven't cyber-stalked you and found all that already. No, I'm not. I don't make an ass out of you and me, Tina. I would never do that.
Right. Okay, all good. Yeah, there are things happening, but they're not happening on Smiletime. So I'm going to invite Tina to join us, and anyone else who's in the room, and please just say hello.
There is a mentor group. Is that what you're referring to coming up?
Yep. Yep. I'm just waiting for
mentor group for Be Live. We'll get you live in 5 on Be Live. All you gotta do is go find Steven.
Or David.
He will hook you up.
Or David.
I'm still waiting to see if David works. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm waiting for somebody to take that plunge. I think I'm going to be like the last kid picked for the team, type deal. Everybody gets picked. I'm the last one. I'm going to be the last result for a lot of people. That's what it's going to be. Ryan Brown is asked to join. Ryan Brown, of course we can let you in. The cost is only $50 every month. No, I'm just kidding. There you go. Thanks a lot for coming in. Oh, look, it's Tina from Tulua, Tennessee. That's a lot of T's in there.
From where?
Tullahoma.
It's Tullahoma.
That's what I said. Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee. So far in Eastern Tennessee, the only thing they have is gigabit internet, and they tout that everywhere.
That's our.
And the only reason they got it is because the Air Force Base is there, and once that dries up, they're going to take away the gigabit too.
Has nothing to do.
It's like having a.
Base.
That's like having a. I guess that's better than having a naval base in Eastern Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. And Millington, is that where she said it was?
That Millington, Tennessee, there is a naval base, and I did not know this. I'm trying to figure out exactly why, but
I don't know. I bet
Navy does have.
Did you know there was a naval base in Millington, Tennessee?
Oh, look, Steven's taking himself off screen again.
My husband says it doesn't matter if there's water.
No, it doesn't, because naval aviators are awesome. All you have to do is go watch Tom Cruise and Top Gun, and that's just evidence.
I just think the seas are really calm.
He said Navy guys aren't too smart. They don't know there's no water around. He's a Marine, so.
Well, what does that say for the Marines, who is a department of the Navy? Every time you guys need a ride, who do you call? Yeah. It's not the Army.
He said every time you need a ride, who do you call, Marine?
Somebody's got to get us to the fight.
Mm-hmm. He says somebody's got to get them to the fighting.
That's right. That's the way you do it, too. Stephen, why have you taken yourself off screen again?
Where did he go?
Oh, he's playing.
Back.
There he is.
Right. Okay, there we are. That's better. Okay, I was just taking 2 minutes.
He just needed a moment. Give the man a break.
Thank you.
So now we have a big blue screen over here with nothing in it, and then the three of us over here. Don't stick me up there.
We'll take it in turns.
Yeah, it's much better, right there.
It's not much better at all. I mean, this is one of the joys.
Turn my camera off.
Thank you, David. That's the joy of audio, in that you don't have to be on camera. Perhaps we can bring people in and encourage them to go audio first. What do you think?
Yeah, I think people get their feet wet that way if they're afraid to be on camera. I don't. A lot of people listen because they're driving and, you know, so they listen to podcasts, which are very popular, but I'm not sure how that translates on Facebook, because when you have podcasts, like you have a channel and you have things saved, right? So you know they're on and you get used to listening at that time. But Facebook doesn't have a good function for live video or live audio for you to find what you want.
What do you mean? They have the live tab. You can sit there and go find every news channel that's broadcasting the exact same thing. And then we can skip over to Cambodia and watch somebody talk about oysters. And then we can sit there and skip over to India and look at somebody that's talking about something that we wouldn't really understand anyway, because they're not speaking anything other than Hindi.
Well, you know, I think I love Facebook. Like, I'm a huge fan. It's my favorite platform. But that's the most useless thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's the most useless thing. I mean,
yeah,
we still have the Facebook poke.
Okay, you got me there. I've never used that. Like, I never used the poke.
No one's used it. Except when people make fun of it, and then they go looking to see, and then they go look to see, hey, can I poke somebody? And they go to poke somebody. And then they get poked, and it's like, why don't you poke me? Like,
I get pokes all the time, but I don't respond to pokes. I don't.
Have they not actually just changed that to hello? You can say hello to people.
Well, why don't you just say hello? How about that?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. Just press one button, you've said hello to somebody. It's a similar sort of thing, isn't it? But I agree. The biggest problem that any of us on live video at the moment, and it's a topic we come back to from time to time, is discovery and being found. And Facebook could provide a solution. And mind you, so could the people who are hosting us on Smiletime and Be Live, because they know who's live. They know who's, well, certainly Be Live know who's going live and when. Right. So they could produce a directory. And other broadcasters could do the same too. Stage 10 could do the same. You're smiling at what I'm saying, David. Has somebody written something?
No, I just poked Tina, so.
Oh. I'm not on Facebook right now.
It's still a poke.
I haven't closed.
It's not a hello. It's still a poke.
Yeah. That's you see, you can do this because you're on the Smiletime iPhone app, and you can have your desktop totally clear, and you can surf whilst we're on the air. And
I can still do it.
I think it would be more useful to have like a slap in the back of the head.
Occasionally.
I'd like to send those to people every now and then. Don't really need.
I'd like to be able to revoke people's status of being able to post on Facebook sometimes. Is that about the same thing?
Pretty much.
Pretty close.
But instead, I had to come up with Ask Chat Podcast, and so if you get tagged in there, guess what?
I haven't listened yet, so I've got to go listen. I'm almost afraid to.
Ask Chat Podcast?
Yeah.
I haven't really. There's no audio yet. I'm still waiting on Facebook to approve. They seem to have a problem with me calling people an ass. So. Oh well. Why am I frozen?
Right.
I don't know.
You're frozen at the moment. Yes.
You're frozen with PAL next to your head. So.
So whilst signal's gone. Oh. That's why. If you're still watching on Facebook, David, we can confirm that it's gone. It's disappeared. Yeah.
Somebody must have smacked him in the back of the head.
It's possible. It's possible. Anyway, just a shout out to anybody who's watching at the moment. If you want to know more about live video, please join the LVS17 group on Facebook. You'll find all of us in there, all willing to help you, whatever the platform, to go live in 2017. That's what it stands for, Live Video Streaming 2017. And next year, as David just said, it will be LVS17 +1. And David's cussing because I'm going to X you, David, and then you can come back in. You've been X'd. Oh dear. This is the joys of live video. But for 15 minutes, you had perfect feed there from the smart, and David's saying he's back. You think you're back. Just a moment. Just a minute. Let's try this. We'll invite David back in. I can see a black screen, and I'm waiting for the black screen to change to a picture of David and then to David live. And it's changed to David photo, and
Yay! Welcome back.
You're back.
We didn't have any problem until Tallulahoma, Tennessee showed up.
Tallulahoma.
with their redneck gigabit internet.
That's how we get all of ours. We just suck it out of you, and so it gives us faster speeds and drops you off. That's how it works.
All right. Well,
by way of the Navy through Millington and the waterway that they're apparently hoarding over there.
It's an underground waterway.
I don't know. We'd have to ask your husband.
He's a Marine. He knows everything.
I know. Yeah, that's why I'm saying we'd have to ask your husband, because Marines are known for their. Never mind. I'm not going to pick it. I don't. Your husband's going to get mad at me, and then I'm going to have a Marine stalking me. Some doesn't like ads, chat, pick, lol.
Some doesn't like ads, chat, pick. Huh?
Okay.
Don't know what it means.
Not really sure what that meant, but it was probably something in reference to what Tina added in, and we don't really pay much attention to her anyway. So, and then we got somebody from Italy watching.
Yeah.
Hi, Italy. Where's my bologna?
Well, I've invited Nazim in, so may be able to join us. In which case, you can ask him. You can ask him directly.
I don't have to ask him, because all I'm going to do is hear the lies of why I don't have my bologna yet. He sent it back with Trump the other day, and
it's probably hung up at the naval base.
Oh, Chris is talking about me being booted. Yeah, I guess Smiletime sat there and got a warning and said, kick him off. And they did. So that's fine. I'm back.
Wait. Indeed, you
can't kick me off for long.
All right.
Oh, that's cute. Steven's got, would you spend $1,000 on a phone?
Is that still there?
Well, it's because it hasn't caught up there.
All right. Okay. And welcome, Tim. It's good to see you here, and it's good to see Chris and Nazim as well. Nazim, I have invited you on the show.
Apparently, it's me that no one pays attention to. According to Tim Gillette.
What?
Not TomPetty.com.
Yeah.
How's that view from the cheap seats there, buddy, Tim?
We've got space if you want to join us for a few moments, Tim. And
he's on Facebook. He doesn't know how to get over here. That would require some.
The link's up above.
As I said, the link's there. How do you think I got here?
Good. All right, I'm inviting Nazim again.
Moving on.
Okay. You have the floor, David. Where are we going now?
Does anybody have any questions about live video that they would like answered? Tina, why don't you talk about what the Be Live Mentors Live in 5 and all that rigmarole is going to do for people?
It's going to help them get live. In a nutshell.
On any platform?
No, on Be Live. You just said on Be Live in 5. No, on the Be Live platform, we have a mentors program that just began. Stephen and I are I don't know,
leading,
co-hosting. We're leading. There you go. Co-leading. It's a blonde leading the blonde here. But no, we're going to be offering one-to-one mentoring, not one-on-one. I was told that's offensive in some countries, so I try to remember now. One-to-one mentoring. To folks who are new to the Be Live platform, so that we can help you go live and be with you when you go live for the first time, so that it's not as intimidating.
It's usually Tina who has the background noises, Dave. Are you competing?
I know.
Can't compete with me. I have 7 people in this house.
Nazim's crashed, so Nazim will catch you on the next show. Yeah. So
we have 704 students right now, by the way, on the Udemy course.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We released a Udemy course, which is open and free to everybody, and we co-authored it and designed it and put it together on Udemy last Friday, and we now have 704 students, which is quite brilliant, really. One by one. Does anybody know what Nazim's referring to?
He's confused on how that came out. He can't understand Southern English.
That's a problem for most people. I think
she said 1-to-1. She won 1-to-1 teaching. That's what she's talking about. The cost is only $199 each, 15 minutes. No, Nazim, that was not a Slurpee. It was my tea and liquor, whatever I found to put in there, bourbon or whatever. How about Twitter on Apple
Long
TV?
Island iced tea.
What do you mean, the Live 360 on Apple TV? I haven't actually watched it yet, so I don't know. I haven't even downloaded it. Yeah, it's a North Carolina iced tea. Nazim says he wishes he had free time to sit there and explain where my bologna is, but he's busy. I bet. Good excuse. And congrats from Chris G to both Tina and Steve for 704 students.
705 now. We have another one.
Yeah,
705 students watching a Udemy course on how to go live and be live.
Exactly. In 5 easy steps.
And you don't even have to know Southern.
5 easy steps.
Yep. Be live in 5.
None of those steps allow you to go live from a mobile app, though. So, sorry. Be Live hasn't caught up that way yet.
You can join from a mobile app.
You can join from a mobile app. Nazim says he lived in Norma, Oklahoma. No, it doesn't count because you can't even spell Oklahoma right.
I think that's
Get out of here, you Italian. Does anybody know where Norman, Oklahoma is? I have
no idea.
It's in Oklahoma, I bet.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have a naval base.
Probably a couple of grain silos. I mean, yeah.
Is that like where they have like the secret naval bases, like the?
That's where they have the telescopes to see Uranus, or Neptune, or Saturn, or Pluto.
It feels like we're coming to the end of the show. Oh, wonderful! Right, I've got some more chats. Just a minute. Let's find out.
He's just catching up on what I'm ripping.
He's just catching. Yeah, indeed.
All in good fun. Yeah, do check out Casa Chesi or Casa Cheesy or Casa. Go check out Nazim. Okay.
Casa Chiesi. There's
Casa Chiesi. They do actually some really neat live videos from Italy, doing little town square type deals, showing you everything. So go check that out.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
And look at this, Stephen. It's the end of yet another hour.
Indeed. It's brilliant.
We've helped absolutely nobody. We've probably made it worse. And if you want to be more lost in trying to do live video, join us in LVS17, the Facebook fan group, or the Facebook fan page, LVS17, or you can go like it and join it, or you can join it and like it. It doesn't matter. Go join the Be Livers group, then find Be Live Mentor for 5 or however. I don't even know how we're doing that.
All right.
And if you want me to help you not go live in 5 easy steps from your mobile app with Be Live, then you can find me and I'll help you not do that. That being said, join us next Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. GMT, once again, where we can answer your questions. Or if you don't ask any, then we'll just come up with a bunch of stuff not to talk about. We'll probably do a recap of what wasn't announced at Apple. We won't talk about Periscope or Live, Twitter Live 360 on the Apple TV. And we'll figure out if Steven is the only person who can do Facebook audio from an Android phone, while Tina tries confusedly to do it from a Windows phone that was made in 2001. I'm David Vaughan. That's Stephen Healey somewhere over there. And then way up there in the corner is Tina Shang. Thanks a lot. Anything you guys want to say?
You can't follow that. That's the best outro we've had ever.
Can't talk about it.
We'll catch you all next week, as David said. And it's been our pleasure. Thanks to everybody who watched. We'll see you all later. Now, I'm going to discover what happens when I press this button here. And it says go offline. Now, Corinda was saying